Okay, this assignment has a mixture. Okay, so mixture of adding, when adding works, and then when you have to subtract. So you have negative 1x minus 1y equals negative 14, and 3x plus 1y equals 30. So you're going to draw your columns. Okay, and you're going to put pluses to start with. And then you're going to write your x down with a multiplication sign. You're going to add, so you're going to take negative 1 plus 3. That's 2. I put y with a times dot. I got negative 1 plus 1. That's 0, so that's good. We got it. We got the 0, so we're good. Put a positive. Line up your equals. Negative 14 plus 30 is 16. So you got your 0, so you know exactly what variable is eliminated. Okay. And now you just have one operation on the x side, and it's times, so you would divide that then by 2. So I would divide by 2, divide by 2, and x is the letter, and 16 divided by 2 is going to be 8. Okay, now write this top equation. So negative 1x minus 1y equals negative 14. So we put the times dots in. Negative times, minus, times. So you got all the operations. So x equals 8. So now we go to the x, okay, and replace it with 8. And we take negative 1 times 8. So negative 1 times 8 is negative 8. So we got negative 8, and then minus 1 times y, and then negative 14. Okay, so now you have two numbers on the x side, so 1 and 2. So you got minus and times. So you're going to want, when you circle the times, you're going to want to circle that minus in with the 1, because that's going to be a negative 1. So you take out your negative 8 with a plus 8. Or your minus 8 with a plus 8, excuse me. And then you're going to divide by the negative 1. So you plus 8, and then plus 8. So you have negative 1 times y. Then negative 14 plus 8 is going to be negative 6. Now we divide by negative 1. And negative 6 divided by negative 1 is going to be 6, positive 6. So 8 and 6. Okay, next problem. 4x minus 5y equals negative 22. Then we have negative 5x minus 5y equals 5. So again, draw your columns. And you're going to put plus signs here. So you put x. You take 4 plus negative 5. 4 plus negative 5 is negative 1. Then y. Then you take your negative 5 plus your negative 5. That's negative 10. Then you take your negative 22 plus your 5. That's negative 17. Well, clearly this doesn't work because I don't have a 0. So then you cross it out and then switch your pluses into minuses. Okay, so you write your x down again with the times. Now we're going to take 4 minus negative 5. That's 9. And I take negative 5 minus negative 5, and I got 0, so it's good. Then you take your negative 22 minus your 5, which is negative 27. Be careful when you're minusing. Okay, now you can take your 0 and get rid of that letter. Okay, so we have 9 times x, so we need to take out the times 9 with a divide by 9. So x equals, so I take negative 27 divided by 9, that gives me negative 3. So x is negative 3. Now I write the first equation, 4x minus 5, this equation here. And then the negative 3 goes where I put in the times dots on between the number and the letter, so I know what operation to perform, and then x is negative 3. So I take 4 times negative 3. It's negative 12. So we have negative 12. Minus 5 times y equals negative 22. So what do we have over here? Well, we have two numbers, so it's a 1 and a 2. So I circle the times operation, but remember the 5 is a negative. Okay, so you take out your minus 12 with a plus 12, and you take out your times negative 5 with a divide by negative 5. Okay, so plus 12 takes out the minus 12. And I take negative 22 plus 12, it's going to be negative 10. And I divide by negative 5 on each side. So negative 10 divided by negative 5 is 2. Next problem. 5x plus 2y equals 14, and then we have 5x minus 3y equals negative 21. Okay, so I start with pluses and see if that will work. Not guaranteed. 5 plus 5 is 10. And I take 2 plus negative 3, it's going to be negative 1. So I don't think this is going to work. And 14 plus negative 21 is negative 7. So clearly that doesn't work because we don't have 0. Okay, so I switch the pluses over to minuses and try it again. Okay, so 5 minus 5 is 0. That's good. Okay. Then I take the 2 minus the negative 3, that's 5. Since it's positive 5, I'm going to put the positive sign in there. And then 14 minus negative 21 is 35. So 0 times x eliminates the x. Okay. And you have a times 5, just one operation, so you're just going to divide by the 5. So I divide by 5, I divide by 5. And then 35 divided by 5 is 35 divided by 5 is 7. Okay, now x, you write 5x plus 2y equals 14. So you put your times dots in front of the letters. So y is 7, okay? So you go to your y, parenthesize it, and put 7, then you take positive 2 times 7. That's 14, so since it's positive, I'm going to write 14 with the plus sign. So we have 5 times x plus 14 equals 14. Okay, so now we have now to solve for x, you have two numbers on its side, so 1 and 2. So you circle where you have the times still, and you got to take out the plus 14 with minus 14. You take out your times 5 with a divide by 5. Minus 14 is going to be 0. And we divide by 5. And 0 divided by 5 equals 0, so x equals 0. Okay, 3x plus 1y equals 31. Then we have negative 3x plus 1y equals negative 23. X. 3 plus negative 3 is going to be 0. 1 plus 1 is 2. And then 31 plus negative 23 is 8. So this works. So I want the 0. If I have a 0, I'm good to go. Okay, so you have times 2, and you are going to divide by 2. It's a positive 2, so it's just 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So y is 4. Now to solve for x, you write your very first equation. 3x plus 1y equals 31. Okay, so y is 4. So I take positive 1 times 4, that's 4. It's positive, so I put that. Then I solve it, so I have 2 operations on its side. Okay, we got times and plus. You take out the plus 4 with minus 4. Then you take out your times 3 with divide by 3. So 31 minus 4 is 27. And divide by 3. So 27 divided by 3 is 9. Okay, 4, 9.